Hello everyone, welcome to Simply Healthy Living, home of yummy food that is good for both you and the planet. This particular recipe is for the people who feel like you need to sneak in the vegetables. Maybe you have a partner, some kids, or a parent who just doesn't get as excited about everything green like you do. I get that feeling a lot because I usually want to have at least 5 different vegetables featured in my dinners, and not everybody thinks that that is such an amazing idea. But today I bring you a treat that will sneak 4 vegetables into something that looks, feels, and tastes like a type of pizza. This wonder is called cocas, a comfort food from Valencia in Spain. I learned this recipe from the nurse Fanny who helps out my grandparents. She is an absolutely amazing lady and her cooking is divine. So before you begin, preheat your oven to 200 degrees Celsius or 392 degrees Fahrenheit. We start with our dough where we will be hiding the first of our vegetables, potato. Now, a lot of people have beef with the potato, but I don't get that. As long as you only boil it or bake it, it is low fat and low processed. It has plenty of vitamin C, potassium, and fiber, as well as giving us energy through carbs that keep us going. So let's give some love for the potato. In this recipe, we peel and boil our potatoes until tender. I forgot to peel mine and had to do it after cooking. Not recommended unless you have heat-proof gloves. Oh, and remember to keep about 2.5 deciliters of that potato water. Then we mix them with between 500 and 75 grams of flour, and feel free to use 2/3 whole grain if you want to healthify. Then we add 1 to 2 deciliters of extra virgin olive oil before mixing 2.5 deciliters of tepid potato water together with about a teaspoon of sugar and our 50 grams of fresh yeast so that it can be activated before mixing it in as well to the dough. Knead it all together until it forms a smooth dough in a kitchen machine or by hand. Add in some salt at the end and then set aside until it has more or less doubled in size. While the dough rises, we begin on our filling. Take 2 eggplants, 2 bell peppers, 4 to 5 large tomatoes, and some garlic cloves with the skin on and place them on a lined baking sheet. Rub with some olive oil and then cut across the top of your tomatoes before placing in your preheated oven. Leave them to cook until the skin of the bell pepper begins to blacken and everything is super aromatic and tender. You might want to remove your garlic cloves a little bit before everything else. Test them to see whether they are soft. That's when they're ready. When everything is nicely cooked, remove from the oven and allow to cool for a little bit. Then peel the skin off everything. And while you peel, rip the pieces without skin from each other into small tendrils like I'm doing here before placing it into the bowl so you don't have to take it out and chop it up afterwards. Woohoo! Efficient cooking! I also removed the core kind of pieces of the tomatoes with the hard thingamajang thing. And then when everything is peeled and in decent bite-sized pieces, we mix together with a good pinch of flaky sea salt, the mushy oven-baked garlic cloves, some extra virgin olive oil, and freshly ground black pepper. Taste the seasoning and add whatever you might find is missing. In addition to this torrat, I also made some tuna filling and a simple mix of onion, flour, and spices. I also happen to have a little bit of chorizo after barbecue, so I'm adding that to some of my cocas. And now it is time to bring back our dough. Dump it on a floured surface and divide it into suitable portion sizes. Then roll them out and flatten into tiny pizza shapes. Add your fillings, and if you have leftover torrat, don't worry, this vegetable mix is incredibly versatile. You can use it as a side for halloumi, chicken, fish, you name it. Even just putting it on a slice of bread is absolutely delicious. When the cocas are filled, place them in the oven and bake until the bottom of the coca makes a hollow sound when you tap it. And that's it! The mini pizza that tastes amazing and hides no less than 4 different types of vegetables in one portion, 5 if you add some onion on the top. I absolutely love this. It is such a delicious comfort food, and yet it has plenty of micronutrients due to the vegetable fillings. Hope you like it as much as I do. Now get cooking, enjoy, and take care!